Rather than lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. I'm massively late. I'm massively late and I'm massively sorry. But of course, we are here in the afternoon to discuss Arsenal news. Fabrizio Romano confirming that Jesus is a done deal. And of course, Yuri Tillemans by Ben Jacobs. Again, a huge update around that. We'll talk about David Ornstein, only Lisandro Martinez. And we'll talk about Raphinha, who is now our next priority, our next done deal, according to Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal trying to close that deal as soon as possible because there is a lot of competition internally that is in the Premier League and also externally out of the league. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast, and of course get involved in the comment section below. Do you think Arsenal will close the Jesus deal and also Raphinha deal as soon as possible? Do you think we can get those deals done this summer? Because Gabriel Jesus is going to be around 60 million euros. So will we spend another 60 million euros and above for another Brazilian? Do you feel in you that this deal is going to happen? Honestly, I've been rating deals. I've been ranking deals. I said, Gabriel Jesus, I feel it is at 98% completed. That is a done deal now. I said Yuri Tillemans, I'm at 90%. It's going to happen, and I'm still there. I'm still at 90% that deal will get done. But when it comes to Raphinha, it's a difficult one, lads. I'm gonna talk. We'll talk about that, but it's a very, very difficult one. So what do you feel, lads? Tell me, talk to me. Do you think it's one that Arsenal, are you confident that Arsenal will get this one over the line amidst all the competition we are actually facing? But of course, right now, let's get the video to 800 likes. Also subscribe to the podcast as we are very close to 47,000 subscribers. Let's get the party started. Let's start off with of course, Raphinha. Fabrizio Romano confirming the Gabriel Jesus deal is done. Key details are being ironed out between Arsenal and Manchester City. It says it's not a deal that's going to be announced tomorrow, and I said that yesterday when I was breaking the story from Gary Jacobs. From Ben Jacobs. It's not a story you're going to. I mean, it's not a transfer that's going to happen overnight. It's a transfer, according to Romano. It's going to take a lot of time because it's a big deal. It involves a lot of money and it's a complicated one in the first place. The player almost was convinced by Pep Guardiola to join the Premier League and to join Manchester City. So a lot of respect from the players side and also players camp to Pep Guardiola. Although he wants game time, although he's looking at an opportunity with Mikel Arteta, a manager, a coach, previously, now a manager that understands him, a manager who knows what it is like to play with a player like Gabriel Jesus. But it was always going to take time. It's always going to take time. Of course, it was broken yesterday by Ben Jacobs that Arsenal agreed have a verbal agreement with Manchester City for Gabriel Jesus, and now Fabrizio Romano confirming that is a done deal. We're just ironing out the key details. Deal will take some time, 7 maybe to 10 days, according to Ben, but it will get done. And what you're waiting for, your pending medicals, your pending contract signings, your pending an absolute agreement on personal terms. Yes, the player has a total agreement with Arsenal that he will be joining us and playing with us next summer. He's totally convinced that the project is right for him. But personal terms are going to be, quite another step. I mean, Arsenal paying him 220,000 per week. I don't know what you even think about that. And that those wages will stretch up to 260,000 per week if Arsenal qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So it's a deal that's going to take some time. It's a done deal. Player has agreed to join Arsenal and Manchester City have agreed a deal with Arsenal. So that one isn't done there. We are not even thinking about anything like that. But Fabrizio Romano, around after confirming Gabriel Jesus, he also said that Arsenal are now focusing on Raphinha as their next priority. And he said this morning that, look, it's going to be very, very difficult for Arsenal to get this one done over the line. It's not the same deal as the one they've just cracked for Gabriel Jesus. It's very, very difficult, different and difficult. The mode of difficulty in this one is superstar. Honestly, I don't know the modes of difficulty in the PlayStation. I don't play it. Honestly, I don't play it. But I think he's absolutely right. First and foremost, you have clubs like Tottenham Hotspur in the rest that are trying to beat, although the player has apparently rejected a move to Tottenham Hotspur, but you have a club like Tottenham Hotspur that are willing to give Leeds United over 60 million euros. That is 50 plus 10 in add-on, 60 million euros to get the deal done. And that shows you that the complexity of the deal, and it shows you how hard it's gonna be for Arsenal to get this one over the line. Of course, you have Chelsea that have new owners. I think their owners will try to prove a point to the fans by bringing in these marquee signings this summer. Maybe Raphinha, maybe Ousmane Dembele, maybe anyone. They've been tracking Ousmane Dembele, and you thought at the moment, Arsenal were having some kind of relief. But the fact that Ousmane Dembele could stay at Barcelona, actually is going to stay at Barcelona, I'm going to tell you about that. The moment he stays at Barca, it means one thing, that Chelsea would now look at other options in the wide areas. Raphinha is one of the players they are looking at. So with all that competition, yes, Barca out of it at the moment as it stands, but I would not be very surprised if they come back. With a couple of key sources pointing out that although they've agreed to join Arsenal, that is Raphinha and his camp and representatives, they still hold some belief in their hearts, deep down there, that the Barca will come back and stage a bid and probably try to hijack the deal to any club this summer for Raphinha. So it's a difficult one, complicated one. And that one will take a lot of time. Charles Watt just said yesterday that it's a deal where if you bid this early and a bid is automatically accepted, maybe you've bid too much. And absolute sense in that statement. Just imagine if we bid 70 million euros for Raphinha, Leeds United would accept that without thinking twice, right? So what Arsenal are trying to do, they're trying to keep these active bids in as we try to wait for time and the window to close down, and also Leeds United to understand that you're not going to have so many other clubs that are going to give you the money that we are actually giving you. So you better you better behave yourselves and get the money. So David Ornstein. Now, before we get to David Ornstein and Lisandro Martinez, one thing I want to say about Raphinha, in my opinion, actually, is that if Arsenal can beat competition from Chelsea, because I think Chelsea are the most solid ones. The player will not go to Tottenham when they have Kulusevski, Moura, and Heung-min Son. I don't see him go there. Yes, at Chelsea they have Hakim Ziyech, but I don't feel at Chelsea there is a winger at the moment that threatens Raphinha. If Raphinha went in there, it definitely starts ahead of Callum Hudson-Odoi. He starts ahead of Ziyech. He would start ahead of which are the other wingers that they have at the moment? I'm not really even sure. Right? I think he starts in that Chelsea team. Right? So Chelsea is the big threat for us on Raphinha. But of course, Arsenal trying to get that deal done. It is a priority, and a priority that comes before Yuri Telemans. But I want us to talk about Lisandro Martinez as well this morning, or this afternoon actually. David Ornstein has just given us an update around Lisandro Martinez, and he says it's another deal that Arsenal are 100% committed in completing, but the amount of traffic, the amount of competition, the level of difficulty is also at the maximum bar. What is happening with Lisandro Martinez at the moment is that Ajax have set the price, like I reported from Fabrizio Romano, 50 million euros is what they'll be looking for. A couple of clubs, including Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United, are eager. I think with Tottenham, they want to partner him, or they want to pair him with Eric. I think it's called. No, it's not called Eric Romero. It's called what is Romero's name? Can't forget that. I just forgetting his name. But they want to partner him or pair him with Romero, and the fact that Antonio Conte loves that playing that back three all the time. You need a player who can be comfortable on the ball. I think Romero is very, very good, a very, very solid centre back. But when it comes to being, I think fluid, comfortable on the ball, good vision, that is when players like Lisandro Martinez actually come in. So Lisandro Martinez wanted Arsenal 100% a priority for us this summer, according to David Stein this morning. But it is going to take some doing. It will take a lot of hard work for Arsenal to get this one over the line. Now, I'm gonna say this. I think Arsenal will complete the signing of Lisandro Martinez, not as early as people want it to be, and not as quick as I want it to be. Because honestly, let me tell you, I want it to get done. I don't know. I mean, get it done tomorrow. Get it done today in the next few hours. But I'm gonna say this. In the next 7 days of this June, in June, I think Arsenal will only announce 1 or 2 players. That could be Gabriel Jesus before the month closes, and new goalkeeper Matt Turner. Apart from those two, there is no way I see Arsenal go for someone, announce another done deal. That would be automatically crazy. So Raphinha, Tielemans, Lisandro Martinez, all those are deals to be done in July, and I'm super, super positive they will get done over the line. So Lisandro Martinez, competition is on. 50 million euros has been asked for the player. That is by Ajax, and I'm gonna say it's kind of ransom. Honestly, it's kind of ransom. 50 million euros is kind of ransom, and you understand why Ajax are doing that. They've sold Gravenberch. Anthony's gonna leave. Lisandro Martinez could leave as well, and Sebastian Haller will leave as well. So they're literally selling half of their squad, half of their starting lineup. I think they'll try to go, okay, we've sold enough. We'll try to keep some players at the team, and Lisandro will stay. Julian Timber will stay. Anthony will go. Sebastian Haller will go. Gravenberch is gone. I think Noza Mazraoui will leave as well. Could join Bayern. And then their left back. Just gonna forget that name, Antai. I don't need to forget it. Come on. Oh my God, I just forgot it. No, Nicolas Tagliafico, right? So you could have Tagliafico leave, Onana left on a free, Tagliafico leaving. Then you have Noza Mazraoui at right back leaving. That is them losing both of their fullbacks. Then you have Lisandro leaving. You have Anthony leaving. You have Gravenberch has left as well, and Sebastian Haller. They could be losing 8 players this summer. It's absolutely crazy to think about it in that light. So anyway, I think Lisandro Martinez want to keep an eye on. Arsenal want to do it as quickly as a priority, but it's gonna be a difficult one. Lastly is on Yuri Tielemans. Fabrizio Romano, good update, catching up with Ben Jacobs, what he gave us yesterday. Fabrizio has now as well said that, look, Yuri Tielemans' deal is one where Arsenal are in progressive talks. Will not get done before the end of the month. That is not going to happen. And we said it yesterday when we were reporting around the reports from Gary Jacobs, Ben Jacobs, sorry. That it's a deal that Arsenal are no in rush to do. No need to rush. David Onstein has also said that it could depend on some outgoing. So we are not in a rush to do it. I think we'll get our priorities done through the window. That is Lisandro, Raphinha, Gabriel Jesus, and Fabio Vieira. 4 incomings with Matt Turner and McQueen. So that's 6 incomings. We'll get those ones done, and then we'll start working on the outgoings. And in that due process, Arsenal will also be getting to closer and closer to Yuri Tielemans. And I can also confirm there that personal terms with Yuri Tielemans absolutely agreed. I'll tell you all the details when of these stories in the upcoming updates. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll speak to you in the upcoming stories.